Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn with @aviboy 2006.
Today in this session, we are going to learn about what is AWS Secret Manager is. Okay, and this image you can see there is a lock symbol is there. Somebody like put in a black goggles, black hat, like that secret agents like that, right? So that's what the actually the AWS Secret Manager also does. It do everything by secretly, okay, and which help us to keep our code base and our credential very securely. Okay. So before we learn about AWS Secret Manager, let's see what's actually current challenge in current ecosystem, like whatever the currently happening it. So in the past, or we cannot say in the full part, still people are using it. There we used to put some secret value like a DB credentials, like username, password, or API key, secret key in our code base, or in a, mostly sometimes the DB. Like people used to use like DB credential put in a code and fetch the API key and the secret key from the DB side. That is one of the approach people used to use it either by keeping the API key in a code base. Okay, so that was a like earlier approach was people are using it, and now over a period of time it becoming now vulnerable because now difficult to keep that secured because it's openly available in code base. Even if your team also there, right? If the particular organization having the full access to particular repository, they can access this API key, which they should support not supposed to be accessible. Okay, then so these are the challenges were there. Like existing solution was very complex also, like keeping a code base and retrieving. If you want to change also, you have to change the code base and deploy it. Okay, and that was the operation was too expensive also because when you comes in the deployment process, right, it always take a time and verify process all this thing happen there. Because of that reason, the older solution was complex and the expensive one. Second one, it was not having the kind of rotational policy. Rotation policy when say a particular secret value like DB username and password, if you want to rotate periodically, like 30 days, 6 months, or 1 year, right? That was not there initially. That was not there initially. So it do that, it was very unreliable also. Okay, and that can cause sometimes the outage. Like suppose one credential is going to be expired, then without knowing us, that application can be outage. Okay, that was also one of the risks was involved in there. Third was there were too many users with the unnecessary access. As I mentioned, right, when code base is open to the organization and one team is working on a particular application, still other team can access the code base, so they can see the API keys or credential which is available in the code, which can be error prone also and is vulnerable to our application. And because of this reason, the current like old ecosystem, maybe the current challenge, we can say it was a big, a vulnerable kind of thing. To solve this issue, that was the AWS Secret Manager help us to tackle this situation. So, what is the AWS Secret Manager? There is a meme is saying it's saying that it's a secret. When it says secret manager, it of course it's secret only. Okay. So in past we are keeping a some secret value like I mentioned DB and credential in the code base, right? You can see the code. It was maintained by DB and credential in the code. Now that got changed and moved to secret manager. Secret manager is nothing but like it's a manager, like maybe the vault which has all the credential inside it. So AWS Secret Manager enables us as customer to rotate or manage, retrieve DB credential and API key to their life cycle. Okay, when I say life cycles, like as I mentioned, rotate. So if particularly credential going to be expired, that can be also renew it, or particularly credential of a DB, which can renew also every 6 months of period or every 3 month of period of time. Okay, that was actually AWS Secret Manager. So it is like one of the service provider of the AWS to keep the all the secret values under the one roof. and that by being managed by the different access control. As you all remember, we have learned about the IAM policy, IAM role, right? Which help us here to give that particular access here. And who can give access to particular secret value, who don't have access, who want only read access, who only have a write access. All this can be managed through the IAM policy. What is the feature of AWS Secret Manager? It is programmatically retrieved and encrypted secret value at runtime. How it encrypted? It used AWS another service called KMS. That we will talk about later. Okay, KMS is one of the secret services, is a kind of vault where you encrypted a value of whatever you're going to store in Secret Manager, and that can retrieve to the KMS. So it is programmatically retrieve the encrypted value. No need to like manage that in the inside the code. Store a different type of secret. When I say different type of secret, like DB credential, it can be API key, it can be the secret key, client key, or it can be the host URL. If you want to keep a different environment with different host URL, that can be as a possible. So there is nothing like a format. You have to keep the values in the same format. There is a key and value. You have to define the key and what will be the value. So it's a key based value. Also, it can automatically rotate also. So when I say rotate, the dimensions, right? So it can rotate automatically also. It can trigger the particular service and create a new credential after the period of the expiry of the particular credential. And it can have a control access to the IAM to particular secret. Next is a pay as you go. If the secret manager value, it is idle, no one is using it, you will not get charged. But you will get a charge when you use it. There's a pricing model AWS has that. We'll talk about in this next coming slide. Next, it's secure and audit secret centrally. So when it is secure and audit, right, it has a particularly access cloud trail. So you can see that which user has accessed the secret manager, when he recently accessed it, okay, how many times he accessed it, whether it's got error or something out, all this log can be maintained under the audit of the secret manager. Next is easily replicate secret to multiple regions. So it's like you can copy a similar thing to multiple regions also easily. There is no rule you cannot do like to have a different regions, right? But each secret manager will be unique to particular that regions only. If you create some particular ABC secret value, it will be unique to that region. You have to create a separate secret for a different user, but it can be replicated to the multiple regions. And last one is comply with the standard of the AWS Secret Manager. So whichever the standards are available in our industry, like the protocols, right, for the all the IT security level, okay, that's the Secret Manager is comply with the standards. So these are the benefit of the AWS Secret Manager. Now, how to access this one? So there are three ways to access it. One is the SDK. When you say SDK, right, it's supported in all type of the programming language like PHP, Python, Java, .NET, JavaScript, Golang. Okay, these are the languages supported. So in the code, we can access this credential and through the AWS SDK. AWS provide the supported language SDK library. In our EV also, we are using the secret manager through code only for the particular environment level. And when you run a particular code in your sandbox or locally, that can be managed by the through code. And when you're running through the EC2, it automatically managed by the IAM task role. Second is a Windows or Mac terminals like a AWS CLI. AWS CLI is like it is a way to access your AWS services through our command line interface. Okay, so that there we also we can access the secret manager. If you have a credential secret key and the access key, that can be accessed through all the services, whichever the access given in the IAM role or policy. And third one is AWS console, like the UI of the AWS. There also we can see the details of the secret manager, or to create or edit or rotate. All the operation can be manipulated there into the AWS console. So now we will run through the demo. Okay, so before the demo, let's understand the pricing model of that. As I said, for ideal condition, AWS don't charge for the secret manager. They charge for 0.40 per second per month. Okay, 0.40 per second per secret per month. Okay, and it will be $0.05 per 10,000 API calls. Okay, and that is the pricing model generally. And this 0.505 API call is for the enterprise edition, not for the normal user. Okay, so there are two type of pricing. One pricing is $0.40 per secret per month, and one pricing is 0.05 per 10,000 API call. When you not have a non-enterprise model, it is go to the first model of the pricing. Okay, and this secret manager has a variety of services to be available, but majorly services used by the RDS, like database service, and Lambda, and the code guru. The code guru is another services which actually scan through the code and find out if any hard-coded values available in the code or not, and it detects that. So these are the major services used by the secret manager. So let me walk through on the secret. Before you walk through, let's see how it works. This is one of the diagram how it to work. So this is the AWS manager where we store the credentials like API key, tokens, or other secrets securely. And this I'm talking about the KMS. That's another service called AWS Key Management Service. To use the encryption, we have to use the KMS also. Then through KMS, you can retrieve the values. Suppose AWS Lambda want to connect to the RDS. This is the RDS service. Okay. Now RDS has the host value and some username password. No, that will not store in AWS Lambda. That will store in a secret manager. Lambda will access that value through the secret manager name and passing the region where it is stored. And once it's got, it will be connected to the RDS. Okay, so this is the way Lambda can access the particular RDS using the secret manager. This is how it works. If the particular that user name and password want to be encrypted, then we have to link that particular secret manager to the under the KMS service. Then you do not direct the access secret manager. You can directly access the key management service where you can retrieve the encrypted key and use to connect to the RDS. Okay, these right side are the services which you want to access it, and this is the service which will use it to the secret manager of the KMS part. And here the Cloud Trail and CloudWatch will give you audit log of the secret to comply. Okay, well, how much time you use it and who are accessing, any issues are coming like that. So there is a service called Secret Manager. You can find out to the here from AWS Secret Manager here. And the main question was come right while creating only you have to choose the secret manager. Yes, so here you can see right, if you choose the OEO you automatically see that. So here no entries available. So if any other regions available, you have to specify the region, select here, and then you have to go to it. Okay, so this is the console for it. I'll show you how to store the create. So this is a console for the store secret manager where we'll have a secret type, what type of secret type you have to send in it. Whether the credential for DBS, they have predefined templates also available like database or document DB database, Redshift, or any type of other database, or API key or token, secret key, etc. We have to choose based on this value. Okay. If you have other type of secret, you can put the key value and condition. But if you have RDS, right, you can mention the username and the password for the credential. And if you're going to use for encryption value, the KMS, you have to specify the secret manager's key, and it will be create the key under that particular service, the KMS. We'll only see currently the plain secret manager storing, which currently EV also using the similar type of thing, where we create here, suppose the host value, and we put here something host www.google.com something here, maybe username, test user, password will be password like this. Okay. Then it can store here. Next, here we have to specify the secret name. The standard to mention the secret name is used by the slash method, where you can see if you want to have if you are using only one account for AWS, you can specify the environment as the first name, then application, then service. So that is what it's saying, like prod slash app beta slash MySQL. So if you have multiple services and multiple environment, you can mention test slash application B slash MySQL, test slash application B slash MySQL, like that, test slash application A slash S3 bucket or EC2, like that service you can mention it. So here suppose we are saying test application B slash what, and here we'll mention the sample test what login. Tags are the metadata which we can help us to identify this secret key belong to which team and which application. In EV also we are following the similar way. The tags are identified that this secret manager entries belong to which team and the which application. It's optional field, okay, but as a good practices, we should always keep the tags available so we can identify easily. If you have multiple secret manager, you can identify easily by the tags. Resource person, if any additional resource is required, like add edit resource policy to the secret manager. Suppose if you are using a particular IAM role, if you want to add extra permission, you can edit a permission here and add it the extra give the permission to secret manager all. Okay, we want to modify the user, we want to delete the user. Now, in case of the RDS, if you want to rotate the RDS credential after 30 days, you can give a permission to the secret manager that entry RDS to create a new user and expire the existing user. For OAuth, we not required this, so this is the optional one. Replicate a secret is optional, like create read-only replica for other revision. So if you replicate the secret, this one, right? So let's click on the replicate. So you can ask yourself where you want to replicate. So suppose now current OU is there, right? So OU means US is 2, want to do replicate in US is 1. Okay, so just select one more region. So okay, next. So once you come to next, there is an option called automation rotation. So rotation is like optional. It is not compulsory. Whenever they want to add a more extra security, that time only we should do the rotation part. Like sometimes the API key get expired, right? After some time or period of time, we have to renovate, or maybe the database credentials for security reason, we keep changing the database credentials. That can also possible. Right? So what is the, when you click on the rotation, right? Here you have to put the how many days after that you have to rotate the values. Okay, you can express put the a direct cron expression also here based on the duration, or you can create a builder like select the weeks, month, and based on the day you can select it, and window duration is optional one. And which rotation function you have to use it. So because if you want to go for rotation, right, it has to run some microservices or some services, right, which will go to that particular RDS instance or will hit the particular service and create a new key. Am I correct? So that for that you need to create a Lambda services which can talk about this one, and that can be created. Now this is the predefined one, but we can create a new function which will take care of the rotation policy. So that is the additional step we have to do the rotational policy. It will hit. So you have to write the one code, any of the languages, whichever suitable, to hit the particular endpoint to generate a new key. Okay. So whatever the days you will give it, based on the days, it will hit the services and create a new services, and it again store back to the secret manager. It will update it. Okay. So for OAuth, now we are not doing the automation progression. We'll continue with the next part. You can see that the final review part, whatever we are given is there, the regions which we replicate here. And this is a sample code. Generally, they give how to access their particular secret manager entries here. Okay, JavaScript codes are available over here. So let's store it. Let's call it SDK. So we can download a particular SDK through the here, whichever the language you will use it. You can download a SDK to use under your code. And you can see that these are secret created under the two different regions also. Now we'll refresh this one. We can see Ohio, this is available. Now we'll go to the Virginia and the Mumbai regions also. You can see the replications come here also. Okay. So you can avoid a duplicate step to create a similar kind of things if you want to do it. So this is the way it is got replicated. You can see this is a portal. You can see the encryption key to use it. And this is ARN. ARN is like resource name. Okay, I think everyone know about it. This is secret name which you want to use it. So if you want to use under the code, like to retrieve the particular secret value, you have to pass this value, a secret name, and you can either directly you can secret ARN also. So let's retrieve a secret here. If you retrieve a secret, you can see here the values are here: host, username, password. You can go to the plain text, and this JSON value can also available here.
This is all about AWS Session Manager. Thank you for watching session. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to channel.